In the vast expanse of the galaxy, power was measured in fleets, alliances, and ancient empires that spanned light years. At the pinnacle of this hierarchy was the Galactic Emperor, a ruler whose command extended over hundreds of worlds and millions of lives. His voice carried the weight of centuries, and his word was law across the known systems. Earth, a relatively young and isolated planet, had recently come to the Emperor's attention. Its people had begun venturing beyond their solar system, building ships capable of faster-than-light travel and making contact with other species. Though primitive by galactic standards, Earth's rapid progress sparked curiosity and eventually concern. The Emperor, wary of any potential threat to his dominion, issued a clear order. Earth was to cease all expansion, yield its ambitions, and submit to the Galactic Empire's governance. A message was delivered by a fleet of Imperial vessels that hovered ominously above Earth's atmosphere. Their arrival was both awe-inspiring and terrifying, a reminder of the gulf between Earth's fledgling power and the might of the Empire. In the Grand Hall of Earth's United Space Council, leaders and representatives gathered to hear the Emperor's envoy. "The Galactic Emperor commands your planet to yield," the envoy announced in a voice cold and unwavering. "Resistance is futile. Compliance will ensure your survival and place within the Empire's protection. Defiance will be met with annihilation." The room fell silent. The message was clear, yet the response was far from predictable. Among the council members was Commander Ryan, a seasoned officer of Earth's defense fleet. His gaze was steady, and when he spoke, his voice carried the weight of humanity's collective spirit. "Earth does not yield," Ryan declared. "We respect strength, but we do not bow to tyranny. We seek peace, but we will defend our right to exist and to grow." The envoy's expression hardened. "You misunderstand the Emperor's will. This is not a request. This is an order backed by overwhelming force." But Earth's reply was already forming into action. Instead of trembling under the threat, humanity began preparing. Scientists accelerated the development of new technologies. Engineers worked tirelessly to retrofit ships with advanced weapons and defensive systems. Soldiers trained with renewed determination, understanding that the stakes had never been higher. The world united. Former political differences faded as the threat from the stars demanded solidarity. News of Earth's refusal to yield rippled across the galaxy. Some saw it as folly. Challenging the Empire was a death sentence. Others watched with a mixture of admiration and curiosity. How could this small, untested planet defy the galaxy's greatest power? The answer lay not in technology alone, but in something the Empire had underestimated: human resilience and adaptability. The Imperial fleet did not wait long. Months after the envoy's ultimatum, a massive armada approached Earth's orbit. Its purpose was clear: to enforce the Emperor's will and subjugate humanity. Commander Ryan stood on the bridge of the flagship Valiant, gazing at the distant stars where the Imperial ships formed a dark storm. "Our response must be swift and decisive," he said to his officers. "They expect submission. Instead, they will face resistance unlike anything the galaxy has seen." The battle that followed was brutal and intense. The Imperial fleet was vast and technologically superior. Their ships boasted powerful energy cannons, shields capable of withstanding tremendous punishment, and drones that swarmed like locusts. Yet, Earth's fleet fought with ingenuity. They employed hit-and-run tactics, using the asteroid belts and nebula clouds as cover. Human pilots took risks no others would dare, improvising maneuvers in the chaos of combat. On the ground, Earth scientists deployed new defensive systems, planetary shields and automated turrets that made orbital bombardments costly and difficult. In one decisive engagement near the Moon's orbit, the Valiant managed to cripple an Imperial dreadnought by targeting its power core with an experimental weapon. The explosion rocked the enemy fleet and shook their confidence. For the first time, the Empire saw that humanity was not to be dismissed as weak or backward. Back in the Imperial command ship, the Emperor observed the reports with increasing unease. "These humans fight with fury and unpredictability," he muttered. "They possess a will to survive that borders on madness." His advisors urged caution. But the Emperor's pride would not allow him to accept defeat. "Prepare for total war," he ordered. "Show Earth the consequences of defiance." But Earth's reply was already taking shape beyond the battlefield. Humans extended offers of alliance to other species dissatisfied with the Empire's rule. Secret communications reached out to factions within the Empire's vast territories, fostering dissent and rebellion. Earth was becoming more than a planet. It was a beacon of hope for those oppressed. Years passed. Battles were fought across star systems, and humanity's influence grew. They were no longer the underdogs, but a rising power commanding respect and fear. The turning point came when Earth's fleet, now larger and more advanced, confronted the Emperor's flagship in the Void Rift, a dangerous and unstable region of space. The two forces clashed in a battle that would be remembered across the galaxy. The Emperor's ship was a fortress, but the humans exploited its blind spots. Using stealth technology and coordinated strikes, Earth's forces disabled key systems and breached the ship's defenses. Commander Rian led the boarding party that confronted the Emperor's elite guard. In the heart of the command deck, face to face with the Emperor himself, Rian spoke calmly but with resolve. "Your reign is built on fear and control," he said. "Humanity fights for freedom and survival. We will never yield." The Emperor, realizing that his power was slipping, offered terms, a surrender that would preserve some dignity. But humanity had learned its lesson. Submission was never an option. Instead, Earth demanded an end to tyranny and the beginning of a new galactic order where species could thrive without oppression. The Emperor, battered and defeated but unwilling to vanish, retreated to his strongholds. The Empire fractured and rebellion spread. Earth had changed the course of history, not by bowing, but by standing firm. In the aftermath, Earth emerged as a symbol of defiance and hope. Its people had shown that no matter how great the power against them, humanity's spirit was stronger. At a council meeting years later, an elder delegate remarked to the new Galactic Assembly, "Earth's reply surprised us all, not because it was defiant, but because it was fearless." Commander Rian, now a revered figure, reflected on the journey. "We were not born to yield," he said quietly. "We were born to rise, to fight, and to inspire. The galaxy will remember the day Earth said no and changed everything."